time fly by fast, right? Okay. This is possible if you can open up your camera to 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 share our feeling together. It would be my pleasure if you do that. All right. Hello, everyone. How's everything? Everything is all right? Okay. I hope everything is all right. Okay. Then it's the sessions of spiritual knowledge, right? So today I'm gonna talk about the thing that really crucial for Lord Buddha teaching. Actually, this is the core of the teaching, but you can know it as a knowledge. It's not just like a religious knowledge, but this is important for anyone who need to practice meditation or you need to find true happiness inside. All right, we call this topic as the Four Noble Truths. I think for regular member or anyone who interested in the Lord Buddha teaching might be know. For me personally, when I was young, I had heard about this knowledge, but I think it's quite so sophisticated for me at that time. But when I grew up, I think it's really important to know. All right. For the first one, the Lord Buddha just need to show us how to get rid of the suffering. But first of all, if you need to get rid of the suffering, you have to know the definition of suffering first, because many people actually cannot define the definition of suffering. Some people think that suffering is the truth of life. Some people think that everyone have to have suffering. But actually, suffering means the state or the feeling that you cannot stand for long term. You feel uncomfortable. You feel like you need to change. You feel like you have to avoid it. Let me give some example for you. Like you need to eat, like you're starving, you are starving and you need to eat. You cannot stay at that stage for a long term. And then you need to go to the other feeling. And then you solve this stress by you eating something, right? So this state you call suffering. Or you need to sleep, you really drowsy, you really sleepy, and then you cannot stand at that point for long term. You feel uncomfortable, you feel like you don't like that feeling anymore. You have to do something to get rid of, right? This also called suffering. Even you need to go to the toilet, you need to pee, you need to poo, you cannot. I mean, the feeling when you stand at that time, it feel uncomfortable. It feel not good for you, and then you know by yourself that you have to do something to get better, right? That feeling also called suffering. So you know what? Many people doesn't care about this and think this is the nature of human. They are not consider this state as a suffering. But the wise people in the past who need to get rid of suffering, they think this state of feeling is uncomfortable, so they don't want to stand on that point anymore. All right. So you know what? In our life, we live with suffering and happiness all the time. Most of people think that that's like a two sides of the coin. We have happiness and suffering. We live with both of them all the time. But in fact, the intensity, we live with suffering more than happiness. It's not just like suffering and happiness, but in reality, we live with suffering, suffering, and just a few of time, then you will reach happiness, and then it will go on like time fly by fast, and then it will become suffer again. So the Lord Buddha or our great master taught us that this is not fair to stand at this position anymore. Why you have to be endure? Why you not try to get rid of suffering and stay in the state of happiness? All right. So the first of the Four Noble Truths is the definition of suffering. As I told you, that is the state that you cannot endure, the state that you don't want to stay at that point, the state that you feel uncomfortable. All right. So the second one is the causes of suffering. This is the basic questions that we have to know. Why? In fact, for me personally, also, it's quite complicated. So the cause of suffering is our desire. Everything that you need, everything that you want, everything that you need to be, I would conclude all of them as your desire. And our desire will make you suffer. Let me tell you something. It's like a chain that grabbed the prisoner in the prison. You can imagine like this: when you need to have money or you need to have something, at that feeling, at that time when you think and you want to have something, you will feel uncomfortable. You will feel need to do something to be better, right? And then you have to make an effort. You have to do something. You have to. You're feeling at that time which is unstable. Yeah. Even you get it, you have a money, you will feel like some people will steal from you, you will take from you. It's also called anxiety. It's not comfortable as well. Even you uh, leave and you don't want to be old, you don't want to be an old guy, you don't want to be elder, it's also feel uncomfortable, and you need to do something to solve the problems. So for me, as I told you, it's quite complicated to understand, but let's think and stick with my word. When you need something or you don't need something, you need to be someone, you need to be beautiful, you need to be handsome, you need to be good looking, you need to be wealthy, you need to be healthy, you need to be prosperous, you need to have whatever, all the thing I call desire, all the desire make you feel suffer. It seems normal, it seems natural, but in fact, because of this, jail you in the world of suffering. But in this case, I do not mean you have to be deaf, but in fact, I just point you that because of the desire, make us unstable, make us uncomfortable, and make us become suffer. All right. So if you need to get rid of the suffering, it will go to the third of the fourth noble truth we call the cessation of suffering. This is the state of this is the state of ending of suffering. You know what? If you know this and you look back to yourself, since you wake up and then you open your eyes, you will spend your feeling and pay your attention to all other things outside your body. When you wake up and then you open your eye, when you meet your friends, then you pay your attention to your friends. When you open your eye and you look at the camera, you look at the mirror, you look at whatever, you will pay your attention to those things. You will pay your attention to people, to animal, to things out there, and all other things surrounding you make you become suffer because you pay your attention to something outside, and then it it return you with some emotion that is not unstable. Sometimes it's not a strong emotion, but a little emotion is will become a huge amount of emotion afterward, and we can call all of them as a bad emotion or suffering as well. You know what? Many believe in this world something that we cannot reach the true happiness inside. Some believe think that just only the supernatural power creator in the world can control everything for us. Some people think that you have to go far away from the place where you live right now to find the true happiness inside. Some people think that you have to get true happiness from some other people, and then they try uh, to be friendly, to make friends with other people, many people, and because they think that they will get the true happiness from the other people. Some people try to earn a lot of money to because they think that money is the answer. Money is the true happiness. But you know what? If the money is the true happiness, why you spend money to other one? Why you do not keep that for yourself? If that the answer. Some people think that gold is the answer, is the true happiness. But in fact, if gold is the answer, why we have to sell gold? Why there are a lot of gold seller who sell gold to other one? Why they don't keep it ourselves? All right. So our great teaching master, I mean the Lord Buddha, told us actually you don't have to go far away from where you live. You just bring back your attention from the other people out there and bring back your mind to stay within you inside. Just bring back your attention from animal, from people and things, and keep your attention inside. Bring back your attention which belong to you. Just bring it back and stay and still it inside. And then you will reach the true happiness. It sounds ridiculous. We spend a lot of time to find true happiness outside. We spend a lot of treasure, a lot of things to find happiness. But actually, you don't have to do anything further. You just bring back your attention and keep your attention inside. When your attention put in the right point, stay on the right track, then you will be happy. And more than that, you will reach the feeling that you cannot explain to other one, but you can feel it yourself. The feeling that you don't want to share with anyone. I mean, it's like you never have it before, but one day if you get it and you feel it, you need everyone become like you are. All right, but as I told you, it's can't to explain to other one because the other one cannot feel like you do. All right. So, and the last of the Four Noble Truths is the method to get rid of suffering. The first one is like the definition of suffering. The second one is the reason why we all live, we suffer. The third one is the ending state. If you can bring back your mind, that is the end of suffering, the cessation of suffering. The last one we call, some people call practice of get rid of suffering. You know what? Actually, Buddhism, I mean, meditation is not all of the Lord Buddha teaching, but the meditation is just like the tools, the effective tools, the powerful tools to achieve the Lord Buddha teaching. So the meditations, I mean, practicing meditation is in the method to get rid of suffering. Actually, I will show you briefly about the practice to get rid of suffering. In fact, it consists of eight steps to get rid of suffering. But for me, I mean, in fact, I couldn't say it's like a step or like a level, but in fact, it's like a wheel, like a circle. You can start in any point and it will drive all the wheel to go forward. All right. Start with the right understanding. And the first one we call right standing. If we do not have the right understanding or the right mindset, probably we will think based on the wrong mindset or the wrong way. So the right will, the right understanding, the right mindset is really crucial. Is quite difficult to find the right way because there are plenty of knowledge in this world. Actually, we have to find uh, the great master who can convince you, can teach you, can practice you, and can bring you up. So for me, this is one of the most difficult step. You have to find a teacher who can give you the right will. All right. So the second one is the right thought, because every time when we think, we will think based on our mindset, right? If we have the right mindset, we will think in the right way. So as I told you, it's like a wheel, the right will, the right thought. The third one we call the right speech. When you think anything repeatedly, repeatingly, you will need to speak that word, even you do not speak that word. So the third one is right speech. The fourth one is the right actions. It's like come from the thing that complicated outside through, complicated inside through outside, from your mindset, your thought, your speech, your action, your livelihood, your effort, your concentration, or your mindfulness. And the last one is the right meditations. I wouldn't explain in each practice more than this, because it's, as I told you, it's quite complicated. But for me, if I explain it briefly, I just need to emphasize that meditation is one of the practice who can achieve the Lord Buddha teaching. Or I would say actually meditation is the effective tools to get rid of suffering. Because the last one of the wheel we call right meditations. And if you have the right meditation, it's also drive this wheel. I mean, drive all the other path, the other practice also. All right. So meditation is the powerful method to get rid of your suffering. It's quite hard to explain anyone who cannot reach the feeling inside. I mean, the feeling as a comfort feeling inside. But for anyone who practice for a while or practice regularly, and then you can reach the serenity inside, then you will understand more what I say. You know what? The Lord Buddha said in the past, there is nothing happier than serenity. So when I was young, back then, I didn't believe this word. But when I heard from many master, many monks who guide meditation to me, and then they encourage me to practice meditation. I At that time I didn't believe them, but that is nothing to lose. So I just try. And then when I can practice meditation and I can bring back my mind from some chaos thing outside, and then I stay and still my attention inside my body, and my progress, my meditation progress is better. Then I believe more previously that serenity is the best thing that I never had before. So you don't have to overthink. You don't have to worry if right now you cannot reach any state of, result. But as far as you are comfortable, as far as when you bring back your mind, close your eye, relax your whole body, and then you feel serene, you feel peace, you feel comfortable. There is nothing more that you need. It's like a plug when you use. It's like you when you go to work and and leave, learn, work, or travel. It's like you spend a lot of energy to some other thing out there. And anytime when you bring back your mind, close your eyes, stay inside, it's like you put the plug in and recharge the energy to you. There is nothing more. Just like that, it will be perfect. But for anyone who need to go further, who need to practice and reach extraordinary experience inside, need to go to the state that anyone who who encourage us in the past told us that that is an astonishing. You can go, you can practice, you can keep practicing until you can reach it. All right. So I think it would be the end of the sessions. For anyone who need to, I don't know, do we have any time to ask some question? You can take this time. Oh, all right. So are you still there? But anyway, if you do not have, I just need to encourage all of you to keep practicing. Even myself, as a teaching monks, I am also a student as well, who have to keep practicing in every single day. Sometimes I feel discouraged. Sometimes I feel loose. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable. Sometimes I cannot stay and still my attention inside. But I know that one day I will be successful whenever I can reach serenity inside. I feel I don't want anything more, and I will understand the words of the Lord Buddha. There is nothing happier than serenity, and I just need to pass this words to all of you. Let's prove it. There is nothing happier than serenity. There is nothing happier than peace. Let's find that state together. And whenever you can go to that point, don't forget to share with us. All right. I think that is all for today. And thank you everybody who are listening.
Okay, yes, that was a wonderful session by our teaching monk. I hope everyone's learned something new or regained some memories. So now let's all thank our teaching monk by bringing our palms together again and saying Namaskaran. Everybody, Namaskaran. Okay, so now before we end our session, could everybody on your camera and let us take a group photo together? Okay, I'll count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for attending our weekly session. Please do come back next week for another session with us. Thank you.
Bye bye, Carsten, Kathleen.
Bye bye. See you next time.
Bye.